Peter, that is a motivated workforce right there. I love it. Let me tell you this. I had a chance to tour this facility just moments ago. What impressive scale and precision on the projects being engineered here. President Trump announced that in fiscal year 27, his goal is to invest $1.5 trillion in America's defense industrial base. I'm not sure if you saw, but there was an executive order that came out just a couple of days ago as well, where the president announced that big companies that are fat and happy on the vine in Washington, at the Pentagon, who are used to just getting contracts automatically, that status quo is gone as well. But a fleet today, as you know, is blind without its eyes in the sky. Dominance in the seas, on land, and in the air starts right here. The future of the battlefield starts right here with dominance in space. I mean, it's common sense in today's 21st century battlefield. If we do not dominate that domain, the domain of space, we will not dominate the battlefield of the future, full stop. The capabilities you're building are precisely the ones that we will rely on and that will or will not provide the decisive advantage should an adversary be foolish enough in the future to want to challenge us. What you're building here will be that difference. Now, I'm looking out at one of the coolest factory floors I've ever seen. Under President Trump, the United States is deadly serious about commanding the ultimate high ground of space. A larger, more modern, and more capable constellation of American satellites launched by American rockets from American soil, built by American engineers and workers, will provide an undeniable deterrent. But it takes the men and women on this floor, the technicians, the machinists, the engineers, each of you, every skilled hand of Rocket Lab. And it's clear that you have truly mastered the art of the small, the fast, and the responsive. Well, not just the small, but also the big. The exact opposite of what you would receive from paper-pushing bureaucrats in the Pentagon and legacy prime contractors. It's no wonder why your Electron rocket has been such a success. It has and will give our warfighters a critical advantage. It's something they need no shortage of, which is tactical flexibility. You see, ultimately, I don't care what name is on the side of a missile or what name is on the side of a rocket, what company builds it, where it came from, except that it's made in America. I don't. I just want the best. And I want to ensure that the competition that exists is fair and it's flat. It's based on cost. It's based on capability. It's based on scaling. It's based on flexibility, open architecture, innovation. The companies that can do those things in today's Pentagon will be the companies that win, which should be motivating for every CEO and every worker in every company that is in this business, because the field is wide open. And that's exactly how it should be. See, Washington plays games with lobbyists and accountants and bureaucrats. It plays games to block out new contestants, new competitors. So that's the whole point, a circular process that enriches and benefits the same people. And I have nothing against prime contractors. There are amazing companies that have provided amazing capabilities, ships and fighters and tankers and subs and surface ships and you name it, tanks, from huge companies that make great things. And I want them to continue to make those great things. But the expectation is that they will continue to make them competing with every other company in the country to ensure they're delivered under budget and on time. Because right now, too often, we're waiting for exquisite systems that are incredible, but I'm going to get it in 2033 when the fight's over. We need them today. We need them tomorrow. We need speed. We need urgency. That's what the arsenal of freedom is all about. Rip out the red tape. Rip out the bureaucracy. Increase the speed of testing, speed of iteration, the speed of competition. and ensure that we've got predictability on long lead times, and you have a sense of what the demand signal looks like, so that you can compete and every company that wants into the space can compete. Flexibility. Flexibility, speed, and deterrence. Look around. The work you're doing here is real. It's tangible. You can feel the power and the energy radiate throughout this facility. Every satellite you build, every rocket launched, gives our warfighters the edge they need to win and then come home in victory and come home safely. And that brings me to my promise and my challenge to each industry leader in this country. I've said it a little bit already, but it's worth emphasizing. The days of rewarding the comfortable old guard for failure are finished. We will provide larger, longer, and more predictable contracts to companies like this one, companies that can actually deliver at pace and at scale. We will reward leaders who choose to invest in their workers, who expand their capacity, and who share our sense of urgency. We will reward those who choose to deploy their resources toward bolstering production, not stock buyback programs or dividends. The mission is quite simple. If you deliver for America, the government's going to have your back. If you don't, you should get in a different business. We are deadly serious about the arsenal of freedom. I hope you saw our acquisitions and requirements transformation speech from a couple of months. We're changing the entire way the Pentagon does business in acquiring and requirements. Taking things that took years, 2 to 3 to 4 years to field, down to months. The speed of the kind of innovation we're seeing on the battlefield right now in ongoing conflicts that are going to be required in ones we might have to fight. I mentioned the executive order the president signed, putting pressure on other companies to invest just like this company is. And of course, the historic investment of $1.5 trillion going forward in the defense of our nation. So ultimately, the point of me being here is to thank you sincerely, look you in the eye from where we sit so that I can remember what I'm looking at right here today. Every day in my seat of what I'm doing. When it's easy to fall into the comfortable, the familiar, the easy process that's always existed. And to remember our job is to flip the script. Our job is to change the game. Our job is to disrupt a status quo which is insufficient to ensuring we have the American manufacturing base that is required to be the world's superpower.